Well, hello everybody and welcome to Sunday School today. Before we get stuck in on this lesson, I just want to tell you what amazing content there is available online for you during lockdown. We've got a couple of really awesome series at the moment online on our YouTube channel. We have something called Dodos, which is every Friday, and that is for the Loops teens from grades 5 to 7, and that has a fun series working through the Bible and looking at interesting characters there. From a Monday to a Friday, we have something called Bobs, and Bob stands for Books of the Bible, and we have one coming out every day during the week. Finally, as part of our Sunday School lessons that you'll be watching now, we have something called Lightbulb, and Lightbulb is a fun family craft for you to do at home. It uses recyclable materials, and it is something that you can make home, and it links to the lesson. So please follow the links after these lessons and go check out our YouTube page. Thank you very much and enjoy the lesson. Boys and girls, and welcome to another... Hold on, I'm not wearing the right clothes. Let me see if I can fix this. Much better.
How's that possible?
I don't know. And I didn't look here. Like Thomas, Thomas the disciple, he didn't believe either. He's like, I'm not going to believe it unless I see the holes in his hands. And then Jesus showed it to him.
I thought you were Thomas the Apostle.
No, I'm not Thomas the Apostle. I'm just a eyewitness. But he has these holes in his hands, and then Thomas sees them, and he's like, "It is the Lord!" And Jesus rose from the dead. Can you believe it? Well, hello boys and girls, and it is so good to see you for another week of Family Sunday School. Well, today's lesson comes from John chapter 20, verses 20 to 29, and it tells us the story of one of the disciples. Now, this disciple shares a name with me. That's right, this is Thomas, the Apostle, but he is known as Doubting Thomas, and this is the story about Doubting Thomas today that we're going to have a look at. So why don't you grab your Bibles and let's have a look at what happens. And in the story we have just had the resurrection of Jesus, and he's risen from the dead. And Jesus appears before his disciples. Now what happens is one of the disciples is not there. When Thomas hears from his friend that Jesus has risen from the dead, he is skeptical. He doesn't believe them. So he says to them, unless I see it with my own eyes and can feel the holes in his hands and in his sides, only then will I believe. So when Jesus and Thomas finally meet again, and he puts his fingers in the holes and all those things, he says, my Lord and my God. Now the important part of today's lesson comes from John chapter 20, verses 29. After Thomas turns around to Jesus and says, my Lord, my God, Jesus says this, because you have seen me, you have believed. But blessed are those who believe without seeing. Don't you sometimes wish that your friends who don't know Jesus could just see a miracle or something like that and then they would believe? Not a big miracle, but maybe one of the miracles like the disciples saw. And if they saw this amazing miracle, maybe they would believe in Jesus. But Thomas had heard eyewitness accounts from his friends who had walked with Jesus, who he'd spent a long time with, and he still didn't believe them, almost like he doesn't trust them. So Jesus tells us that we don't need miracles to believe. In this passage, Jesus shows us that we might not be able to see him now, but we still have enough information to know about him and to be in a relationship with him. We might not see Jesus, but we can still be friends with him and follow him like the disciples. We can read the Bible, and that gives us enough evidence to know him. Now I'm going to use these glasses over here. Now I've been wearing glasses for just over a year, and I didn't know I needed glasses until I went for my eye appointment and realized all of a sudden how much I struggled. And if you think about it like this, Thomas needed glasses to see Jesus. He needed to see the holes in his hands. Only then would he be able to believe his friends that Jesus was actually risen from the dead. But boys and girls, what if I told you that we don't need these glasses today? You see, we have the Bible. When Jesus says to Thomas, "Blessed are those who believe without seeing," that is referring to you and me, because we don't have Jesus here with us today. He is in heaven preparing a place for us. And so when he's saying that, he's referring to you and me. How cool is that? And when he says that, he says to us that we are able to have a relationship with him because of the Bible, because of his holy word. We can know him and have a relationship with him. And so we don't need to see miracles, and we don't need to see these things to believe, because we can trust God. So boys and girls, 3 things we take away from this lesson today is: number 1, that we can trust God. Number 2, that we can trust his word. And number 3, that we can be in a relationship with him. And when we believe, it is a special and amazing thing, because he says, "Blessed are those who believe without seeing." Well, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching, and please feel free to get in touch with us. There is the website link below if you'd like to know more about what we spoke about today, or if you and your family are in need at the moment due to Corona, and we can help you in any way, please get in touch with us. Thank you very much. Goodbye.